If you struggle to find vibrant colors for your watercolor paintings, in this video, I'm gonna share with you the simple trick that I used with my students in order to create this golden glow in watercolor. It all started with this photo from one of my students, and during the workshop session I had with them in order to spot where they struggle and how to overcome the difficulties that they encounter, we created this first sketch so that they can see, okay, how can I convey this moody atmosphere? And then we switched to a colored version of this watercolor painting. And this is a pinkish purple version of this photo. And at this point, I suggested to my student, hey, you know what? What about a painting like this one, but with the trees, which could be in wet on wet directly. So we decided to give a third try on this watercolor painting, but I wanted to choose another color harmony. And I told my students, okay, you pick the color you want. What kind of color do you want me to create for this third version? And one of the students, she suggested the golden color. So I started to look at the color that I had that are a yellow color, and I saw that I had the new gamboj, which is a quite a warm yellow. I had the yellow ochre, which this is the yellow ochre, this is the new gamboj, and this is a raw sienna. And it's been a while since I didn't create a watercolor with golden color, so I couldn't remember which color were perfect for that kind of golden glow. And before this technique, I used to go blindly and pick random colors that could fit the golden glow. And what's wonderful about this technique is that it guarantees that you are going to pick the right colors. So here is the technique. You pick one sheet of paper that could be thrown away. Okay, let's do it again. Here, I put the new gamboj color, and as you can see, it's quite a warm yellow. And then look at, okay, this is the place where I put the yellow ochre. And the reason why I decided to go for the yellow ochre, it's because I wanted to test those colors that could be a good fit, but I wasn't sure about that. And I decided to give it a go and to try, okay, do I have this golden glow or not? And if not, first, it may be that the color is not the right one. And secondly, it may be that you didn't put enough water. So as you can see here, I add some water on top of my wash, and you can see here that the golden glow starts to appear. And by doing so, you can decide, okay, is the new gamboj the right color in order to have this golden glow, or is the yellow ochre the right color? And this technique, it allows you to get this answer with certainty. And then I added some burnt sienna. Do I still have the right glow? And as you can see here, I don't know if you noticed what I did. I mixed the burnt sienna with the new gamboj, because this is the result with pure burnt sienna. It didn't feel like a golden glow. So this is where I mixed both. And when I put new gamboj plus burnt sienna, I realized, wow, it's so much better the outcome. And by doing so on a small sheet of paper, but not mixing them on the paper, you just have to let them fuse on the paper. You will see and you will test, okay, burnt sienna only on maybe a little bit more of new gamboj, and then you try. And after that, you get your answer about, okay, I'm gonna pick this color in that order and with this mix of water and pigment. And as you can see here, I start with the new gambage here because this was the exact output that I got from the small technique on the sheet of paper that I just showed you. And then I add some yellow ochre because I realized that if I only put new gambage, the golden glow isn't right. Something is missing. And the color that is missing is the yellow ochre. And by adding the yellow ochre, I could create nuances in my wash that are beautiful, much more beautiful than if I only had put the new gambage. And then as you can see, I move forward, I can add burnt sienna plus new gambage, exactly the color that I mentioned earlier. And after that, I go for darker colors. And you can see that here I have lots of water, but I managed to create that golden glow that I was looking for. Let's move forward. As you can see, I added some trees in wet and wet, and it was my first intention. What about a third version with wet and wet? And then I realized, wow, but it seems to be like a snowy landscape. This is a snow, and it looked like a night scene in the end. And that's why I added some white colors in order to create those lights in the night. And here is the result. And I found it was so much more fun than, okay, sticking to one plan, sticking to one way of doing things. Here, you can just let it go, paint loosely, but at the same time, this technique guarantees that you picked the right colors. So test it on your side, pick a sheet of paper and try to let the pigment fuse based on one color intention you have. Maybe it's a golden color. You can try exactly the same way as I did. It could be a bluish, a pinkish version of what I just showed you. And here, as you can see, the students, they managed to create very beautiful color atmosphere, color harmony in their watercolor paintings. Here is another student, and I found this wash so beautiful. And none of those paintings would have been possible without this technique, especially if you don't know exactly what kind of color you need to pick. And if you want to know exactly how I paint my own watercolor painting in a loose way from my own photo, click on the link in the description below. Thank you.